This morning, we're talking to a National Science Fair winner. Mercedes is just a middle schooler, but she already helped develop a way to dispose of opioids in our homes. She just got back from Washington, D.C. Congratulations, Mercedes. I'm super excited to talk to you about this. So let's start off with this competition in D.C. You got second place in engineering, is that right?
Yes.
Talk to me about that award. How was it to win?
It was really amazing. I didn't expect to win. I actually, this whole project, I just wanted to win first in state. So the fact that I even made it to nationals and then placed there was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. So
Thank
talk
you.
to me about your project, disposing of opioids. Why was this important to you?
So I got interested in this project after learning of the pertinence of the opioid epidemic, and I had a friend who committed suicide by means of opioids that weren't properly disposed of. And after learning of this, I became interested in this topic, and I learned that there's a huge problem with proper opioid disposal, that most people don't want to dispose of opioids properly because it takes too long, and I wanted to find a way to fix that.
Yeah, so a lot of people hold on to their prescription meds because I might need it in a couple of years down the road, but then it becomes a real issue. I'm so sorry that you lost your friend. It's a hard subject.
Thank you.
So going into this project, you are 14, so it's not like you could, I'm sure it was hard to get a hold of actual opioids.
Yeah.
So what did you do? What was this project like?
So I couldn't experiment with actual opioids due to the law, and so because of that, I decided to experiment with caffeine, because caffeine is an alkaloid salt, which is, morphine is too, and opioids are essentially made out of the chemical morphine. And so I chose to experiment with caffeine instead.
Interesting. So even using something as simple as caffeine, we have it all the time, but it acts enough like an opioid that you were able to use it.
Yes, it's similar in chemical structure to that of morphine.
Got it. So, I mean, how did you come to that conclusion? Where did you do all of this research?
I did research at my high school lab with my mentor, Mr. Ewell, and before that I did a lot of research prior to actually experimenting. So it took a lot of research, and I have an entire notebook filled with stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure. So talk to me about your solution. What did you come up with?
So I found that for every 1 gram of caffeine dissolved in 50 milliliters of distilled water, which was my controlled substance, what I did is that I deactivated it with 200 milliliters of white distilled vinegar with a concentration of 5% acetic acid, along with 4 grams of activated carbon, and that treatment worked the majority of the time.
Got it. So I mean, those are ingredients that I recognize. So are you saying that, I mean, people could essentially dissolve their opioids in things they can find in their homes, or do they need to acquire something else?
My goal is that if this does potentially work with an opioid, then what they would do is that when people go to pick up their prescription at a pharmacy, they'd be given a little packet that has the treatment in it. So what it would have is that it would have the carbon in it for each gram that they have of morphine.
Okay.
And then what they would do is that when they have unused medication, they would put that medication into the packet with the activated carbon, and then they would just add the vinegar to it, because it's just regular household vinegar is what I use. And then the goal is that they would shake it up, let it sit for a minute, and then it would be safe it would be deactivated. So what they could do is they could just dispose of it in household trash without harming the environment.
Awesome. Mercedes, such a cool project. Awesome results. I'm so excited to see where you go in life. Congratulations. This was so fun of an interview. We'll have more information with Mercedes, more of a conversation about her big win on our website at abc4.com. Brian?